talk about reduction techniques in MIS TLIFs. So as you know, there are different grades of listhesis, and progressively it becomes difficult. The anatomic challenges become more and more difficult as the grade increases. So degenerative listhesis is usually not more than grade 2, so it's relatively straightforward, but ischemic can be up to grade 5 can be quite challenging. So the reasons are basically because of thin disc spaces, these disc spaces can be quite stiff and immobile and quite calcified, and these make it very challenging to introduce spacers and cages. So, and also some of these high-grade listhesis have a very steep trajectory and very difficult to angulate it to that direction. And some of these patients also have past defect and facet hypertrophy, and because of that there is fibrocartilaginous tissue which impair surgical access. So the pedicles also sometimes can be very angulated and thin, and your pedicle screw application has to be extremely accurate. Also there is osteophyte complex and bony spurs which further hinder your reduction. So in brief, these are the few techniques which I use: positioning, facetectomies, the good disc space preparation and sequential distraction, then pedicle screw distraction and or reverse jacking, expandable cages, pedicle screw based reduction, and lordotic screw based reduction. So in positioning, just extending the knees and the hips will improve the lordosis and aid in the reduction. So here you raise the head also so as to improve the angle, or meaning reduce your sacral slope, so improve your working angle. So when you can see that as soon as you position the patient, some of these high-grade listhesis improve by 1 grade. It aligns the disc space also better in your favor. Do bilateral facetectomy for high-grade listhesis. So this is one of the most important steps for reduction, that you remove the disc material, prepare the end plate and serially distract. So one of the most important steps is also a series of small and delicate steps. So you osteotomize the posterior edge of the sacrum to facilitate the entry of the instruments. This improves your visualization of the disc space. It has to be done very carefully to prevent damage to the nerve roots. And you can see that your dissector is placed so that you see the direction of your disc space, so that you don't damage the end plate. So in this video, I'm just seeing that on one side, that is on the opposite side, I've already done the facetectomy and disc space preparation, and on the other side, I'm working. So initially using a small osteotome to open up the disc space, and all the while under C-arm, and very careful to preserve the disc plate. You can go up to the anterior edge of the L5, and you use larger and larger trialers till you slowly jack up the disc space. And in addition, authors like Dr. Rajkumar have described the rocking method to reduce the disc space in larger grade slips. So this interbody cage, once you introduce that, this acts like a fulcrum which gives anterior support and helps in the reduction. The other technique is the reverse jacking, that is sequentially distract the pedicle screws on the opposite sides. Majority of the cases you don't need to do this distraction procedure, you just need to do a unilateral approach, put a large cage, and then you can do a reduction. But in high grade slips, you can actually leave the trialer on the opposite side while reducing the listhesis and distracting the pedicle screw, so that you can put a larger cage on the ipsilateral side. So before you do the pedicle screw based reduction, you have to ensure that your pedicle screws are maximally medialized. You can use bone cement if the quality of the bone is not that very good. So basically, first you lock the distal screw head, and then the proximal screw head is gradually tightened to to bring the rod onto the screw. You can do it, as you can see on this video, you do it simultaneously on both sides to reduce the stress on any single side. So this is another video where you are putting a lordotic rod, and this putting a lordotic rod actually improves the reduction by utilizing the mechanism of cantilever. You have that much more space by which you can reduce the screw onto the rod. So that's the end result. You can also use expandable interbody cages to expand the disc height. So in summary, the reduction techniques are serial displace distraction, anterior interbody cage application, and using that as a fulcrum to reduce. Then distracting the pedicle screws, and use also extended pedicle screw tabs, which acts like reduction screws, which enable controlled reduction. And lordotic rods can be used, which further improve your reduction.